Hi everyone, I am so excited to see you on the mat again. In today's flow, you are going to need your light to medium dumbbells, your block, and your band. If you have ankle weights, that is optional. You can put that on. I always say in my sessions, if you need to take anything away in regards to props, take it away, do what feels good for you, stay in tune with how your body feels. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. You can meet me standing at the back of your mat. We're going to start in your warm-up. Your feet are going to be directly underneath your hips, soft bend your knees. We're going to work on our breathing. We're going to take your hands to the outside of your rib cage. We're going to take a nice big inhale through your nose. Expand that rib cage. Exhale through the mouth as you draw the fingertips closer to each other. Let's do that 2 more times. Take a nice big inhale. Draw the fingertips away. Exhale as you draw the fingertips closer together. 1 more time, focusing on your breath. Inhale. Exhale, last time, drawing the fingertips closer together. Exhale out through the mouth. Beautiful. Dropping the hands down to the sides of your body. We're going to roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Hands meet your mat. We're going to walk out into a tall plank position. Holding it here, hands over the shoulders. Walking the hips back up, piking the hips up towards the ceiling, slowly rolling all the way back up 1 vertebrae at a time. Doing this 3 more times, hands meet the mat, rolling down, holding that tall plank position, pike those hips back up, slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going for 2 more. Holding that plank. Pike those hips up, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. 1 more rep. Walking the hands out, meet me in your tall plank position. We're holding this right here for 5, for 4, 3, belly button into your spine for 2, and for 1, dropping the knees to the mat, making sure your knees are nice and in line with your hips. Untuck your toes, your gaze is at the front of your mat. We're going into a cat-cow, dropping that belly button down to that mat as your gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big inhale right here. Exhale, draw up towards the ceiling, belly button into spine. Good. Inhale, coming down, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw everything up. We're going for 2 more. Inhale, looking up. Exhale. If you want to hold a position a little bit longer, do what feels good for you. We're going for 1 more. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Beautiful. Meet me in that neutral spine. Back is an arch. Bring that belly button into your spine for that neutral positioning. From here, we're going into a thoracic rotation. We're going to open up towards that right side of the room. Your right hand comes up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale as you thread the needle through towards that left side, dropping that right shoulder. Inhale. Looking up. Exhale, thread it through. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, thread it through. Meet me with your right hand on that mat. Other side, opening up towards that left side. Inhale here. Exhale, drop that left shoulder to the mat, reaching far towards the right. Inhale, everything comes back up. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, thread it through. Left hand meets your mat right here. We're going to tuck your toes, lift up the knees off of the mat, holding that bear stance position for 5, 4, 3, pike those hips up towards the ceiling in 1. From here, pike those hips up. We're going to pedal, dropping down that right heel to that mat, lifting back up, alternating towards that left side. If you want to feel a bigger stretch, you can draw your chest closer towards your thighs. Last 4 reps for 4, for 3, for 2. Meet me with both heels on that mat. In 1, push both heels against that mat, dropping back into that tall plank position right here, bringing that right foot to the outside of your right hand. We're going into that low lunge, stretching out that hip flexor, rocking forward and back. We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last 1. Meet me in that neutral position. Bring that right foot back to that tall plank position. Swing that left foot to the outside of your left hand, holding it right here. Shift the weight forward and shift it back. For 5, for 4, last 3, for 2, and 1. Holding this here. Swing that left foot back, holding that plank position. For 3, for 2, for 1. Drop down to those knees, toes together, knees apart. Sit back in that child's pose, holding it here. Beautiful. Let's go and swing your feet to the front of your mat. If you need to take a little bit more time in your warm-up, please pause the video and take what you need. We're going to start in our core. You guys know we always start strong with our core. We're going into our roll-up. So a few different ways that you can do the roll-up. You can flex your feet and have your toes pointed up towards the ceiling, or if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can point your toes forward in front of your mat. From here, I'm going to keep my feet flexed and have my toes pointed up. Your arms are going to be at shoulder height. Your gaze is towards the front of you, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to drop into your C curve through your spine, not your chest. Slow and controlled, coming down 1 vertebrae at a time. Lower down, reach the arms overhead. Slowly roll up, reach forward in front of your toes, coming back up, good posture, nice and tall, rolling back down. Make sure you're staying connected to your breath. If you're having trouble in the roll-up, a few things you can do. Make sure you're digging your heels into the front of your mat. Think of it as your anchor. Or if that is too challenging, you can always bend your knees and have your feet directly under, just like this. Same concept, except you're coming down, slow and controlled, and coming back up, and then lowering back down. Stay with me. We have 3 more reps. For 3. Last 2. And last 1. Rolling over, reach for the toes, coming up, slowly coming down. Your gaze of your eyes is going to be towards the ceiling. Your arms are going to be at your eye level. From here, you're going to bring both legs into tabletop. Make sure that your knees are in line with your hips. You're not coming too far into your chest. Rib cage is pressed down, having that neutral spine. We are going into alternating toe taps. You are tapping that right toe towards the front of your mat, lifting everything back up. Inhale, tapping that left. Exhale, drawing everything back up. Inhale. Exhale, lifting everything back up. Slow and controlled. Really think of elongating your leg towards the front of your mat versus tapping it like this. I really want you to reach far in front, still keeping that bent knee, but really elongating and reaching the toes towards the front of your mat. Inhale here, exhale, draw everything back up. Beautiful. Warming up the core even more. Last 10. For 8. For 5. 3. 2. One more rep. Meet me with both feet and legs in tabletop. We're double, lower down, both legs, tap the toes, and lift back up. Double toe tap, slow and controlled. Exhale, coming back up. Reaching far towards the front of your mat. For 4. Halfway. 5 more. Last 2 for 9. Last 1 for 10. Right there. Let's go and grab your block. More core with our block here. We're going to place your block towards on your right thigh. Long ways here. Your left elbow is going to meet that block that is on your right thigh. You're going to push your left elbow against that block as your right knee pushes in towards it. That's going to create a little bit more tension. Your left hand is going to be behind your head. Your right hand is also going to be behind your head as well for support. From here, we're going into a leg lower of that left side, holding that block's tension with the elbow and the leg. From here, inhale, exhale as you lengthen through that left leg. Pull everything back in. Inhale, exhale, pull it back in. Beautiful. For 3. 5. Halfway. 'It's getting spicy now. For 10, for 2 more. Last 1. Beautiful. Lengthen out your left leg nice and long. From here, lifting it up towards the ceiling, flexing your foot, lowering that leg back down. Lifting everything back up, pointing that toe. Make sure you keep that tension on that block. Lower it back down. Whew. Yes. Beautiful. Halfway. Stay with me. Last 3. Last 2. Beautiful. Last 1. Hold that leg nice and long. Have it hover a few inches off that mat. We're going to isometric hold this here for 5. For 4, stay with me. 3. For 2. For 1, pull that knee back in. Lower the neck, chest, shoulders back down. Grabbing the block with both of your hands. Weight of that block is towards your eye level. From here, you're going to pull up neck, chest, shoulders. Reach that block over your shins. Inhale, exhale as you go into our double leg stretch. Exhale, draw everything back in. Inhale, reach everything nice and long. Exhale, draw everything back in. Beautiful. 4. Halfway. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold everything nice and long. Hold this here. Small flutters of the feet and the legs for 5.
for 4, chin away from your chest, for 3, for 2, for 1. Knees come to your chest, rock side to side. Amazing work. Everything we just did, we're doing on the other side. Place that block on your left thigh. Right elbow is going to be on that block now. Left leg is going to be pushing in as your elbow is pushing into that block as well. Hand is behind your head, left hand behind your head, chin away from your chest, we're not tucked here. Lift everything up. Inhale, exhale, elongate your right leg towards the front of your mat. Exhale, pull everything in. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Ooh, core is on fire, guys. You got this. Halfway for 6. Amazing, almost there. Last 3. Beautiful. For 2. Last one, hold that leg nice and long. For 1, extending that leg up towards the ceiling, flexing that foot, lowering that leg down a few inches off the mat, pointing the toe back up. Beautiful. Stay with me. Halfway. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, hold that leg a few inches off that mat. Hold this here, isometric hold for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Woo, knees to chest, grabbing that block with both of your hands. Amazing work. Your gaze and your block is lifted up towards the ceiling. Both legs are in tabletop. We are going into our crisscross with the block towards the left side. So your right leg is going to be extending as we're crossing over to the outside of your left leg. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale as you crisscross to the outside of your left leg. Extend that right leg. Pull everything back in. We're isolating that left side. Inhale. Exhale, reach far and pull back in. Beautiful. Halfway for 4. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more. Hold everything towards that left side. Hold it here. Right leg is a few inches off of that mat. We're going to pulse that block towards the left side on the chest. Pulse with the chest for 5, for 4, for 3, come back to center, and 2, for 1, coming back to center. Everything on the opposite side. Left leg is extending, crossing over towards that right side. Take a nice big inhale, extend and cross. Beautiful. Pull everything back in. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Last 3. Last 2. Holding that left leg extended. In 1, reaching far towards that right side. Pulse. And pulse towards that right side for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Holding this here. Grabbing that block, coming back to your center. Bringing that block under your right leg. Lifting up with your neck, chest, shoulders. Switching it through to the opposite side. Threading it through underneath, slow and controlled. Stay with me. Last 10. 8. And 5. Almost there. Stay strong for 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Rock the knees in side to side. Woo. Amazing work. Let's sit it up, grabbing that band, We are going into our glutes. Favorite part. We're going to place that band slightly above your knees, coming on to all fours right here. Now, when you're here, your hands are over the shoulders. Everything is nice and neutral, meaning there's no arch in your back. Pull that belly button into your spine, nice and neutral. Gaze is towards the front of your mat right here. We are going to isolate our glutes, starting with that left side. We are adding in that fire hydrant with that left knee, slow and controlled, lowering it back down. Really make that mind to muscle connection on that left glute. You may also feel it on that right glute as well, as that is the leg that is stabilizing us. That is very normal. Slowly going to start adding in layers. In 10, adding on. In 5, last 3, in 2, in 1. Adding in a glute kick, going into that fire hydrant, lowering down, flexing that foot, glute kick it up. Fire hydrant, lower, glute kick it up. Beautiful, that's our next layer. Take your time, make sure you're not overextending and arching your back. Last 10. In 5, meet me in your glute kick. In 3, in 2, in 1. Hold that glute kick right here. Foot is flexed, pointing that toe, extending it out nice and long, going into that hamstring curl, flexing that foot back in, pointing that toe nice and long, flexing everything back in. Beautiful, pointing the toe, flexing it back in. Really working that left hamstring. Your gaze is towards the front of your mat. For 10. In 5, left leg is going to be nice and straight. In 3, in 2, in 1, left leg is nice and straight. Right arm is going to extend right out in front of your mat. Your bicep, your right bicep is close to your right ear, holding this here. Your right hand is going to connect as you bend that left leg, reach for the toes, extend everything nice and long. Isometric movement here. Everything is lifted. Beautiful. Halfway. 4, 5, last 2, last 1, holding everything lifted, pulsing that left leg and right arm up and up a few inches for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Whew. Beautiful. Whew, my glutes are feeling it. We can adjust your band, still keeping it on, or taking it off, whatever feels comfortable for you. Take what you need. Lying on that right forearm. Now, when you're here, it is super important when you're side lying that you're not sinking into that right shoulder. Take your left hand, place it underneath your right oblique, right side of your body, and I want you to lift yourself up away. Always think that mental note here. For the band, keeping it slightly above your knee, your left hand can stay onto your left hip. We are going into our clamshells. Now, I don't want your knees to be too in front or too far back behind you. Have it slightly diagonal towards the back of your mat, towards the right side. We are going to open up that left knee, toes are together, slowly lowering it back down. Taking your time. Now when you're opening up your clamshell, take a mental note that you're not rocking all the way open. You want to stay on your right side of your body. Pulling that band apart. If at any point your neck is bothering you, you can always switch your gaze down to take some pressure off. If not, do what feels comfortable. Adding on in 10. In 5. In 4. 3. 2. Last one, opening up here, adding on that leg extension of that left leg. Bringing the toes back together, closing that clamshell. Woo, getting spicy and extending. Beautiful. And lower. Last 5. In 3. Last 2. We are going to isolate that leg extension in 1. Opening up that clamshell, extending that left leg, bringing the toes together, staying lifted the whole time. We're not dropping back into that clamshell. We're here for 5. Beautiful. For 4. Last 3. Staying lifted through that right oblique for 2. For 1. Bringing the toes together. We're going to place that left foot down onto your mat, extending that right leg nice and long. Left arm is up towards the ceiling. Adding in some inner thighs, connecting the right foot with the left hand, slowly lowering. Make that mind to muscle connection towards your right inner thigh and lower. Halfway in 5, 4, beautiful, 3, you got this, stay strong, 2, we're almost out of here, and 1, holding that right leg up, connecting that left leg, we are adding that side teaser, dropping it down, rotating forward towards your mat, coming back up into that side teaser, reaching up nice and high. I really want your toes and your feet to reach for your hands, lifting up higher each and every time. Rotating forward, pushing those hips, lifting back up. Beautiful, almost there. Last 5. In 3. Staying lifted in that side teaser in 2. Last 1. Holding everything up nice and high. Hold this here, pulling that band apart, separating that right foot from your left leg, pull it back together. For 5. For 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold everything together, pulse the chest up. For 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Whew. Wow. That was killer. Amazing work. Everything we did on this side, we have to do on the other. As you guys know, keeping that band on. If you need to get water, please go ahead and get some. Now, keeping that band on, a few things. If your band is rolling up, as you guys saw, the band was rolling up on me on the first side that we did, you can anchor the band underneath your left knee. That way it won't slide underneath you. If you're wearing shorts or even if you are wearing leggings and it's still doing that, you can definitely place that and anchor it down. You'll see the difference here. From here, hands over the shoulders, back is an arch, belly button into spine, gaze towards the front of your mat. Adding in that fire hydrant, take a nice big inhale, exhale, drawing that right knee up towards the ceiling, slow and controlled. Just like what we did on the first side, we are doing here, adding layers, getting spicy. So take what you need. If you did the band the first time and it was too much, take it off and do what feels comfortable for you, or challenge yourself a little bit more on this side. Adding on shortly. Last 3. 2 more reps. 2 and 1. Adding on to that fire hydrant, coming out into the fire hydrant, flexing that foot and going up into that glute kick, and coming back down. Like I said, you may also feel this in that left side because that is your stabilizing leg. It's all very normal. Just take your time here, focus on form, focus on control. Last 3. Last 2. 1 more, fire hydrant it out, glute kick it up, holding that here. That foot is flexed, pointing that toe as you extend that right leg long, flexing that foot, coming back into that hamstring curl. Stay with me. I know it's spicy, I'm here with you. For 3. Meet me with your right leg extended for 2. Last 1, flexing into that hamstring curl, pointing that toe. Reaching far with your left hand. Your left bicep is close to your ear. From here, we're going to bend that right knee, wrap around, reach for the toes, and extend everything nice and long. Beautiful. Halfway. Last 2. Last 1. Hold everything nice and long. Hold this here. Small pulses of the leg and the arm. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Coming down into that child's pose, you need a little bit of a stretch. Amazing work, guys. We've been here before. Remember, you can do it again. Lying on your left side, just like what I went over on the other side. Your elbow and shoulder are in line with each other. Make sure you're not sinking down into that left side. Take your right hand, pull up and away from your mat. Again, knees are diagonal towards the back of your mat. Right hand onto your hip. Few ways you can have looking straight out in front of you or gazes down towards the back of your mat if your neck is bothering you. From here, going into that clamshell, inhale, exhale, pull that band apart. Making a mental note that you're not rocking your pelvis, your hip area open, everything is staying in front. You can even take your right hand and place it on your right cheek to just keep that mental note. Last 3, adding on. Last 2. Last 1. Opening up that clamshell, adding that leg extension of that right leg, bringing the toes together, lowering everything back down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lengthen through that right side. Beautiful. Last 3. Last 2. Last one, opening up, lengthening that right leg, tapping the toes together. Tap and go. We're not closing that clamshell. And go for 7. Beautiful. Almost there. For 5. For 4, stay strong. Lift up a little bit higher. 3. For 2. For 1, one more extension, bringing the toes together, dropping that right foot towards the back of your mat, extending that left leg nice and long. Right hand is up towards the ceiling. Posture is up, staying lifted. Adding in that inner thigh of that left leg. Inhale, exhale, draw everything in. Lower everything, coming back down. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, lowering everything back down. Inhale and exhale, beautiful. 5 more. Last 2. Meet me with your left leg up. Last one, holding everything uplifted, extending that right leg with your left leg, rotating down, bringing the legs towards the mat, rotating onto that left side of your body, rotating into that side teaser, lifting up through your legs, lengthening through your toes, slowly lowering back down. Inhale, exhale, lifting everything back up. Lowering back down, beautiful. Stay with me. Last 5. 4. Last 2. Holding everything lifted. In 1, holding everything lifted here, pulling that band apart with that left leg, pull it apart away from your right leg. For 5. For 4. Last 3. For 2. Legs together. In 1, holding here, pulse through the chest, up for 5. For 4. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Beautiful. Amazing work. I am feeling it. Let's go ahead and take that band off. We are done with the band. We can actually go and grab your weights. We're taking a 2-hour standing series. So we are going to be working on some squats, some lunges, and then finishing off with a little bit more core. We are almost there. So going into our squats, your feet are going to be underneath your hips or slightly further apart, whatever is comfortable for you. We are going into our squat with rotation. So when we're here, the weights are going to be racked at your shoulder height. We are going to sit back into our hips. Now, when you're coming down into that squat, I want you to think of tapping your elbows to your knees. When you come back up, we are going to rotate towards that left side, rotating through your right hip. So you see how I'm pivoting through and rotating my right hip through. The weights are going to press overhead. As you come back to center, dropping it down into your squat and rotating to the other side. Rotate it through. Beautiful. Slowly lower, coming down, tapping the elbows to the knees and rotating. Tapping the elbows to the knees will just be a reminder to you that you are getting full range of motion every single repetition. Beautiful. Take your time here. Last 5. Last 3. Last 2. One more. Rotate. Meet me down at the bottom of your squat. Holding it here nice and low, coming up halfway, coming back down, slow, controlled. Small pulses up and down. Take your time, no rush here. And down for 10, 9, last 8, 5 more reps for 5, you got it, for 4, 3, 2, and 1, stopping that pulse, holding it here, isometric hold for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Shake it out. Whew. Love a good squat combo. Now we're going into our single leg work. So starting off with our right leg. So our left leg is going to be stepping back. Shoulders are back behind you. Stepping into that reverse lunge, stepping back with that left leg, slowly lowering, coming down. Don't let that left knee hit the ground. As you come up, drive through with that left knee drive. Slowly lower, everything coming down. Weight is going to be in your hands. All about balance and control here. If the weights are too much, take it away. Do everything body weight. Almost there. Last 3. You're meeting me in that knee drive. Last 2 reps. Last one right here. Holding that knee drive. Adding in some single leg RDLs. Extending that left leg nice and long. Soft bend in that right leg, coming a little bit past below your right knee. Pulling everything back up. All about balance right here and control. Something that will help you here with your balance. Dig that right big toe into the ground. It'll kind of help stabilize and anchor you. Halfway. Last 2. Last one. Holding that left leg extended back right here. Holding this here. Dropping that left toe towards your mat. As you lift up, we're going to row the weights into a row, lowering everything back down. Inhale, exhale, lower it back down. Beautiful. And down. Yes. For 5. For 4. Last 3. For 2. For 1. From here, lifting everything back up, rotating. Weights are going to be at shoulder height. Rotating towards the front. Feet are going to be straight out in front of you, going into lateral lunges. Sitting into that left hip. Weight is going to be at shoulder height, coming back to center. Make sure your right leg is fully extended. It's not bent. Keeping that right leg extended, coming back to center. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Beautiful. And back up. Adding on in 5. Last 3. 2. And 1. Sit back in that lateral lunge. When you're here, big press overhead, coming back to center, coming back up into that lunge. Sitting into that lateral lunge, pushing the weights away, lowering and back to center. Down, push, and up. Beautiful, you got this. Halfway. Woo. Last 2. Last one, sitting here, press overhead. We're going to isolate that press for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the weights to your shoulders, sitting in that lateral lunge, small pulses of that left side. Up a few inches, down a few inches for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Wow. Shake it out. Get some water if you need it. We are going to do everything on the other side. We are almost there. You guys are crushing it. Our right leg is going to be the leg stepping back, going into that reverse lunge first, into a knee drive. Remember, you did it already, so you can do it again. Shoulders back, good posture. Stepping back into that right foot, right leg, really feeling it in that left hamstring. Don't let that right knee hit the ground, driving everything back up into that knee drive. Slow and controlled. Coming back up. Beautiful. Yes. You guys are so strong. You should be so proud of yourself for showing up today. Halfway. Last one for 10. Holding that right knee drive, going into that single leg RDL, extending that right leg back, coming down a little bit past below your left knee, feeling the stretch. Take your time with balance. If you need to be back in your center, do what you need to do. Soft bend in that left leg, elongating that back leg. Beautiful. Last 4 more reps. Last 2. Last 1, holding everything extended, right leg extended. Tap the right toes to the mat. Next time you lift up that right leg, curl, row the weights, not curl, tapping the toes, row the weights, and tap the right toe down. Beautiful. Last 5, 4, 3, last 2, 1 more, and 1. Beautiful. Weights come to shoulder, rotate. Feet are going to be straight out in front of you. Make sure they're not pivoted to the outside. From here, weights at shoulder height. Going into that lateral lunge on that right side, sitting back in your right hip. Coming up nice and tall. Make sure that left leg is nice and straight, sitting back in your right hip. You don't want your knee to go over your toe. You don't want your heel to be lifted up off the ground. Take your time. Feeling that big stretch in your inner thighs. Beautiful. Three, adding on in 2. Last 1, hold it down. Big press overhead, back to shoulders, and back up. Next layer, down, push, and up. Beautiful. Yes, you guys are so strong. Push through. Fight through the discomfort. Good. Challenge yourself a little bit more. We are almost out of here. Last 4. In 3. Beautiful. Last 2. 1 more. Sit back. Press overhead. Isolating that press for 5. For 4. 3. 2. 1. Holding it. Everything here. Pulsing through that right side. For 5.
for 4, lift up that chest a little bit higher, for 3, for 2, for 1. Woo. Shake it out. Woo. Shake out the legs. All right, we're gonna finish strong here. Finishing off with our core. Whew. All righty. You know we gotta do our hundreds. We gotta finish off with that in some way, okay? We are here, guys. Stay strong with me. Get some water. Take what you need. You're going to meet me onto your forearms. Now, when you're here, make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders, lifting up through your chest. Your right leg is up towards the ceiling, left leg is up towards the ceiling. We're going into a corkscrew. So, lifting up through, we're going to do circles going towards that right side of your mat, slowly lowering down, slow and controlled. 10 each direction. This is 9. For 8. Last 4. Last 2 before we switch directions. 1 more. Meet me back to neutral, back to center for 1. Other direction should be counterclockwise. Last 10. 8. You got this. Stay with me. 3. Last 2. You got this. 1 more. And 1. Meet me back to center right here. Holding this, get your center, slowly lowering the legs down a few inches off the mat. Bringing the knees in line with your hips, extending the legs back up. Lowering back down. Everyone's range of motion is different, so lower down until it feels good for you. Legs back up. This is 3. In. Beautiful. Halfway. This is 5. Last 3. You got it. For 2, I'm right here with you. Let's finish strong. Good. Get back up. You got this. For 1, holding the knees in line with the hips, extending that left leg back to center, extending that right leg back to center. Good. For 3. This is 4. We're going for 10. 5. Halfway. 6. Good. This is 9. 1 more. 10. Beautiful. Lowering all the way down to your mat. Meet me on your back. Like I said, we have to finish off with our hundreds, okay? So going into our double leg stretch, pulling the knees into your chest first. Lifting up neck, chest, shoulders. Nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale as you extend your legs out in front, arms extended towards your ears, towards the back of your mat, sweeping it through, bringing your hands on top of your shins. Reaching far and bringing it back. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale for 3. This is 5, halfway. Last 3. 2. And 1, holding everything in from here, extending the legs out, arms come to the sides of your body. Pilates 100, you can modify knees bent or legs straight. Holding it here, pumping the arms, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2,
3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Almost there. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Halfway. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. One time through. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Whoo, knees to chest. Rock side to side. Beautiful work here. Let's cool it down. Whew, amazing job. Good job here. Extending your legs out in front, grabbing that right knee into your chest, holding this here, dropping that knee out towards the right side. Coming back to center, grabbing that right knee with your left hand, rotating it through towards the opposite side. Try and keep your right shoulder on the mat. Back to center, lengthening that right leg through. Left knee in towards your chest. Opening it out towards that left side. Swing it over to the opposite side. Right hand meets your left knee. Try not to let your left shoulder lift up. Back to center. Both legs up towards the ceiling. Let's cross that right leg over your left thigh. Pull that left leg in towards your chest. Getting a nice stretch in that right glute. Slowly unravel that right leg, cross that left leg over your right, grab behind your right leg, and pull. Unravel that left leg, both legs are straight out, up in front towards the ceiling, grab behind the knees, slowly pull in towards you. Let's flex and point the toes. And pointing. Good. Point the toes, bring the knees into your chest, rocking it up into a seated position that is comfortable for you. Finishing with some upper body stretching, dropping the hands down towards your mat, lifting up over with that left side, reaching far towards the right side. Inhale, exhale, reach a little bit further towards that right. Switching to the other side, slow and controlled, reach up and over. Inhale, exhale, reach a little bit further. Beautiful. Come back to center with both hands at the top. Slowly bring it down to your heart center. And clap it up for yourself. Amazing job today. You guys did absolutely phenomenal in this flow. It was not easy, but you showed up and you got it done, and I'm so proud of you. And that was today's flow. Definitely expect more flows to be coming. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me all of your feedback. It only makes me better as an instructor. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.